Hey guys, Warren Houston from Rubber Boom Media. Today I wanted to talk to you about understanding where different ad spots show up on Amazon search results and Amazon listing pages. So what I mean by that is what real estate is available on these pages and what Amazon campaigns actually target them. So a lot of people aren't aware when you run a sponsored product campaign where that actually shows, or if you're brand registered and you run sponsored brand or sponsored display campaigns where those actually show, or when you're browsing an Amazon search results page like this and you wonder, well, how do I get up here, right? Or I see ads here, and if I scroll down, oh my God, there's a video here, right? So a lot of people aren't aware which campaigns trigger these ad spots. And it's important to understand that because you need to understand where your ads are going to show. But as you're carving out and creating your strategies, you want to be able to leverage as much of this as possible. And, there's ways to help have one campaign help another. Okay, so for example, we're looking at a Amazon search result on chili seasoning. So I just picked something kind of generic here. Okay, so chili seasoning. And what we see at the top here is a sponsored brand headline ad. So if you are brand registered, which means you have your brand registered with Amazon, it opens up a couple of other types of campaigns that you can run, ad campaigns, sponsored brand and sponsored display. So I'm going to be talking about sponsored brand, sponsored display, and then of course what sponsored product, which is what everybody has access to. And so you understand where they all are and how they work together. Okay, so what we're looking at here is a sponsored brand ad at the headline. You need 3 products to be able to show here. I mean, you can set it up with 3 and remove 1. Sometimes there's 2 showing, but generally think of it as 3 products. So you need a brand that has 3 products. And this company, obviously has some seasonings and are showing 3 different ones, three kinds of seasoning up here on the search term chili seasoning. Okay, so we won't get into what makes a really good sponsored brand ad. I'll have another video for that. But today I want to understand that this is that space up here, right? And then when we get underneath that, we have our typical top of search sponsored ads. So regular sponsored ad, not part of brand registry. This is available to everybody, okay? So, this is somebody just running a sponsored brand campaign, probably bidding a little bit higher or doing a placement bid higher to try to get top of search exposure, and that's when you end up showing at the top here, okay? So, and then as we scroll down a little bit, we come across a few other things. We see a video ad here. So, video ads introduced by Amazon kind of recently perform extremely well, are becoming a lot more competitive. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon starts allocating more real estate to video ads. But these are part of the sponsored brand campaign as well, a different version of it. So if you're brand registered and you can run a sponsored brand campaign, you can run a video ad. Okay, so really good space. I mean, your product listing shows here as normal, but the user has the advantage of watching a video here that's created by you for your product. And you can see there's really nothing super fancy here. This person didn't produce a video that, had a huge production budget. It's just a bunch of really visuals with some words and very educational based, right? These ads have to run on the assumption that no audio is required, so you need the words over top and no audio. If I turn this on, we would have the audio play, but it's not words. It's usually just music because the video can't rely on it, so that's why you see a lot of people running words inside the video. So this is a pretty good video ad, actually. So, and as we scroll down the page more, we'll come across other sponsored other sponsored ads, another set here. So this is product page. So, when you're doing bid placements inside your sponsored product campaigns, you can do top of search or product page. I mean, this is when you start showing in product page. And then you'll see a few other things scattered throughout. These are fed from sometimes different networks. Sometimes Amazon backfills from their sponsored display inventory as well, or sponsored brand inventory. Okay, so you'll see some other spots like that. But okay, let's assume now. One thing I want to point out actually is, there's some research, and certainly in my experience, that shows when you run sponsored brand ads at the top, I call these headline ads. Even though when someone does, we only remember that you only pay when a user clicks these ads. So this is a free piece of branding and exposure right at the top of the page that you're only paying for when someone clicks. But if I'm scrolling and I see this here, and I scroll down the page and I see the same product again, like right here, this free piece of branding and printed in my mind, the snapshot of that product, and when I see it down below, I'm very likely, if it resonates with me, to click it because I've already got it in my head. It's like, oh, these guys must be a decent player. They've got an ad at the top, and here they are again. I better check them out, right? So there is, I do like to consider these as a free assist to clicks down below, either in the organic listings or the sponsored, right? And if you're super newbie to this, these sponsored ads are ads, and then these ones here without anything on them are just the regular organic listings, okay? So, let's pretend we've clicked into a listing now. So I've chosen a product, I've clicked on a product, and now I'm in the product listing page, okay? So we're happen to be looking at a steak seasoning product right here. And across the top, I see a spot. So this is this company's listing page. And Amazon throws a lot of other products at the user, right? So, what I see is a sponsored brand ad across the top here for this particular product. So they could be targeting this particular ASIN right now of this product. They could be targeting the category. Somehow they've told Amazon's system that they're interested in this kind of traffic, okay, essentially through their ad campaigns. As we scroll down the page now, we see a couple of other spots that are really critical here. I mean, here's the buy box, right? Like, I'm kind of interested in this product, I'm thinking about it, and Amazon's like, oh, hold on a second, here's a couple more things for you to consider, right? So, sometimes they're complementary products. This client, Chugwater Chili, is advertising their actual chili seasoning on their steak seasoning page. So this is intentional. This isn't accidental. This is, they're trying to cover up their real estate on their own page and show some of their other products, right? So sometimes this is kind of referred to as a defensive campaign, but many times it becomes an offensive campaign because I might be interested in the steak rub, and then it's like, oh my God, they got a chili seasoning as well. So I might be interested in that as well, right? And then they've got a competitor here targeting them through. So when I told you before, if you're brand registered, you get access to two other kinds of campaigns, sponsored brand and sponsored display. These are fed by the sponsored display network. So in the sponsored display network, you can target other ASINs and get access to this real estate on their pages, okay? So typically this is used, when used effectively, can work quite well. A lot of times you're targeting either products that are the same that you believe you're better value than. So when someone's about to buy this, like, oh, it says $10.99, I could get the same product here for $8. Like, sometimes there's a price reason, sometimes it's a value reason. Sometimes you just know the buyer is the same person that you need, and you can do it that way. So anyway, that's that. And then as you scroll down the page, this area here is fed by the sponsored product targeting. So when you're seeing this, as you scroll down the page and you get about halfway down, you see a bunch of ad space here. This is carved out for sponsored product targeting. So some people refer that as ASIN targeting. So if you're targeting other products, so with this chili seasoning here, these people here are targeting either that category or this actual product ASIN to show up here. Okay, so that's what these areas are for. As we scroll down a little more, this is just the A+ content for the listing. As we scroll down here, we get into another set of ads. Well, there's some videos here. So Amazon's starting to show videos for different products if they relate. So this is this actual client's video, but then these are competitor videos. And then down here is when you get into, at the very bottom, this is where the auto campaigns feed. Okay, so if you run an auto campaign and that auto campaign decides that this is a product that it wants to target, then this is the area that those show. So it's quite a bit at the bottom of the page. And then here you have the actual sponsored brand ads. Okay, so anyway, that's essentially it. That's essentially all the advertising spots available either on an Amazon search or on a listing page. I'll have some other videos here up shortly that'll be able to tell you how to leverage these more. So this is more the identification of those spots, but some other videos coming on how to run an effective campaign to target these spots and when do you do it. Like, when is it a good idea to target sponsored display? When is it a good idea to do headline sponsored brand ads? When is it a good idea to pay for top of search? So those videos are coming.